Hi there. Welcome to the Contemplate show. In this show, we try to educate, encourage, and inspire individuals to achieve their goals. On this episode, we have a very interesting topic, and I have Ofune Oluwole Raji and Joshua Essemei. These people are going to be on the panel today. And we're going to discuss a very interesting topic, which is Christmas and managing expectations from home. Thank you, our panel, for joining us on the Contemplate show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So now, I just want to throw the questions. Anyone can jump in. Maybe I'll start with Ofune. When we talk about Christmas and seeing that you're living in the diaspora, can you walk us through the expectations that we have, or you have, from people back home?
So I'm a Nigerian, and Christmas is an opportunity to honor people around you, family members, and people, family friends, or people that have made impacts in your life. So the culture in Nigeria is to honor people during Christmas. You get Christmas presents for parents, you get Christmas presents for people that are of significance to you. It could be a man of God, it could be a neighbor, it could be an uncle, but that's when you show appreciation. Then, like they said, once you become an adult, you are now the auntie or the uncle, and you have younger ones who also look up to you as auntie and uncle, and they're like, hey, it's Christmas, uncle, like shake body now, do something for us. So yeah, that's the Nigerian culture. So if you're in Nigeria, it is not out of place for there to be expectations around you. The difference is when you're abroad, because of a working system, a working government where if you work, you earn, and you are in a more secure environment, a more comfortable environment, with constant lights, available food, and all that, people expect you to have access to more funds, and the exchange rate will make the funds like you work a little, and by the time you send it home, it looks big. So there will be a lot of expectation. Yeah. I don't want to say more. I want Joshua to say, then I'll chip in.
Yeah, so Joshua, let's bring you in here.
Yes, Christmas. It's such a delightful time of the year, as it is everywhere around the world, but specifically in Nigeria. The feel is different. It's an opportunity, for a lot of people all around the world, including those of us Nigerians who are diaspora, an opportunity to meet with extended family, to celebrate life, to celebrate love, and there are all of these other things that comes with it: the food, the community, that social engagement. It probably will come up later, but especially today is the second day of December. In most cases, if you go around the streets of Lagos, Abuja, anywhere around Nigeria, you could already start having that feel, of Christmas. Nowadays, they call it Dirty December. So that is a kind of different connotation for what Christmas is, or the excitement that comes with it. But yet again, there are a whole bunch of expectations, that comes with it, especially for those of us here in the diaspora.
Fantastic. Ofune said something about people who actually qualify to enter as like this list of personnel or people that they are entitled to make demands. What's your view on that? Joshua, that question was to Joshua.
Yeah, in regards to demand, I like the terminology, and again, that's one of the pressure and expectations, that we get. People who qualify or are claimed to be qualified to demand or to get certain demands. I wouldn't see it as demand, but even if we want to classify it that way, I'll say immediate family. I got parents, I got loved ones, I got some acquaintances. So yes, the demand aspect is I think that's kind of, well, that's the one way of putting it when you say when you say demand. But I guess just in the focus of this discussion, that is one of those expectations. People feel like they are entitled to make certain demands. Now, who are qualified? I wouldn't say my parents or immediate family, siblings, not necessarily, but um, we have gotten used to certain things. So maybe we feel very comfortable to use the word demand. But we can talk about that anyway. We'll see what Ofune has to say.
Yes, over to you, Ofune. What do you have
And
to
the
say?
truth is, everyone that knows you will want to demand if they can, because in
Yes.
Nigeria now we are talking about the entitlement spirit that Nigerians carry, and I'm glad that nowadays people are calling it out. Like, this is your being entitled. You shouldn't feel entitled to other people's money, even if they're your relatives. Culturally, the richer relative carries the poorer relatives culturally. So if you look at the culture in Nigeria, you see the rich uncle gives gifts to the ones who are not so rich. The ones who are not so rich are expecting something from their rich auntie, their rich uncle. You go to the village now, you see kids, they will be singing like Nyemego, like give us money. It's part of the culture, and it's worse when you're abroad, because there are lots of bills here. In Nigeria, it's easy for people to give you money, but here you're on your own. Like, the culture here, there's nothing like going to a friend to borrow money. There's nothing like calling your friend and saying, I need this money, or somebody just, the way they say, strangers will bless you. Yeah, abroad. Strangers won't walk up to you and just give you money. I don't know if you understand what I mean. The culture is different. So the demand will still be there, but we are under pressure here. And like I was saying about expectations is natural, but if you want to be healthy, you have to have a boundary for expectation. You have to have set principles for expectation. I can give you an example. So in Christmas time, there's a lot of expenses. There are lots of people are meeting. They need Christmas clothes. They are going for their meetings. They want to get new George and all that. And you see people calling you that, they're having this meeting. Oh, I need to buy George and all that. You might not have the money for that. But if you've already set your boundaries, like, this is what I can, for those who maybe send money regularly to family, it's best to set your boundaries. By the time you've looked at your whatever income you're having, you've taken away your bills, you've taken away money for your immediate family, you've taken away money that you need maybe for savings, which is very important. And then the remaining from there, you say, okay, I can give my family from this one. If I go beyond this,
I'm going to push back on that, because initially when you gave the list, your list was very generous. It was like people who knew you, people who are acquaintances. So now
I'm getting there.
Now the sword. So
no, I'm getting there. I'm saying family because family is first. For example, if you have aged parents who in their 70s, they can't work anymore, you have to, especially if maybe they don't have anything doing, you have to send regularly. So to keep yourself sane and to keep yourself in a home and not homeless, you have to know that you can't tamper with your bills. Just the same way those that plant yam, you see they keep yam aside and say this is the seed yam. No matter what, you cannot touch it, because that's what is sustaining the family. The same way you have your income, you have to keep those bills, your family aside. Then from the remaining, you say this can come out regularly. And that way, even when there are extra expectations coming in and you look at what you have, you are like, I've reached my boundary, I can't go further. And when you do that, after a while, people will adjust. Of course, they will whine, they will complain, but you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your sanity too, and the relationship you have with that person. Like, beyond here, I can go no further. And so if other people are coming with expectations, and after you've helped your family, you still have a little extra from that set aside, then that's fine. It's up to you. You can say, oh, is your mother's 70th? Oh, I'll send money to you. Oh, is it your this? I'll send, But once you've reached that boundary, you can't go no further, man. Except you are interested in creating an image of you that is not real. So some people go beyond. They don't want to fall their hand, their ego. So they'd rather nurse their ego and ruin themselves. And that's why many people get into things they shouldn't get into, and they're so broke, but they want to maintain an image to a family or people who don't understand the struggles they are going through.
Yeah, I would like to bring Josh in here. What do you have to say in terms of, okay, so you've settled your immediate family, closer family who are still living, back home. So how do you go about this list? So Ofune has given a template, so you set some money aside, you do all that. Now, clearly, the funds that will be left, how do you now live? It's like some people will be left out, some will be. So how do you live with that? So how do you disperse those funds? Clearly, the funds go around. Yeah.
Look, again, my first responsibilities are to my family. By family, quote and unquote, just depending on who I consider to be. But assuming I have supported my family the way that I'm able to, just in contrast to what Ofune has mentioned, there is also, in spite of everything, the whole pressure and everything that comes with it, there is also that element of excitement, that yuletide, and that element of excitement that actually comes with the Christmas festivity, and sometimes we could, and that would actually cause us or give us an allowance to sometimes stretch a little bit, go a little bit further in regards to, okay, I haven't checked up on this person all year long. I haven't been able to support this person in one way or the other. Now might just be a good time. And it's the bare minimum. Personally, for me, nothing really changes for me. The same way I operate through the year, I've been able to set those boundaries. The same way I operate through the year, that's what applies during the Christmas season. But during the Christmas season, because of that excitement and that excitement that comes with the season, oftentimes, most people, even for most people that may not necessarily have the capacity to go all the way and support every single person, sometimes we get that urge, and it's not because of the pressure or the demand. It not necessarily has to be that way every single time, but there is that natural, that excitement that comes with it that want to make us, and I think that's the whole essence of Christmas. But in contrast to what you've just said, just looking at it from the Australian context or from people who live in the diaspora, let's take Australia because this is where we live. The statistics shows that the whole Christmas period, Australians spends billions and billions and billions of dollars buying gifts to people who do not necessarily need those gifts, buying all manner of gifts that ends up, getting in the. I don't know. I bought my kids, for example, last year. I bought them the e-bike was a thing, very so much of a thing last year. I bought my two daughters an e-bike that cost me $600 for one. I can tell you how many times they've driven it. They put it outside there, the charger is broken, they can't charge it, they can't use it, they barely use it. So again, even in my places of work, my social networks within here in Australia, oftentimes we are obligated, and I'm saying that, we feel obligated to participate in certain Christmas what do they call that thing where you have to share gifts at the place of work?
Is it secret gift?
Yes,
Santa,
Christmas.
yeah.
Yeah, and all that. A lot of times, it's an obligation. And if you don't participate in that, it feels like you are an odd person out of it. And out of that expectation, we kind of also put a lot of money or put certain amount of money into that. But personally, for me, I've been able to build resilience and build capacity to know that, look, there are a whole lot of people that, probably would need this, and I can support them extensively with the bare minimum. So again, I think it's just different, but absolutely, I agree with everything Ofune has said.
Yeah, so since you agree with what Ofune has said, I want to ask you this question, Josh. So are you comfortable being a wicked uncle?
No, I tend to see myself as a very generous person,
No,
especially.
you said you have boundaries, right? So
Yes.
what it means is after a certain I don't know, period.
I'll put it in context. My capacity.
Your capacity. So once
So my capacity really defines my boundary.
Anyone who calls after that, you are comfortable being a wicked uncle. Is that what you? So how do you deal with that name tag? You're not picking the calls. You're not responding. You haven't sent.
There have been times.
How do you manage?
There have been times where it has appeared to be that way. But again, it's about your circle, it's about your social network. I have people in the family, I have friends, I have loved ones that in a way for certain times have supported in many ways, and they have been able to fix things, figure out things for themselves. They have things going for themselves. I presently do not feel a lot of, personally, since we're talking about me, I don't feel a lot of pressure right now as I felt in the past. As I felt in the past. But when I talked about my capacity, because I have the capacity, and the whole Christmas period is always a planned event. Yeah, it's a planned event. So oftentimes I give a little bit. And again, it's the bare minimum. It's actually the bare minimum. What I would also do is call people who I do not really regularly call, or people who I feel like would reach out to me for that kind of support. I will call them, have a great chat with them, have a big laugh with them, and oftentimes I will just walk my way out.
So you call them and talk with them without making any
great chats that wants so much more than money.
Hopefully, I'll bring you in here. What do you have to say about this? So, are you comfortable being a wicked auntie that you've exceeded your capacity and you don't care about how they survive, how they live, if they have food for Christmas, chicken for Christmas, and you are in Australia?
That's very sad. That's very sad. First of all, I like his strategy of I call you before you call me. That we will both comfort each other. Say, man, easy, easy. I know easy. We will comfort each other. The hustle is real. The hustle is real. Anyway, capacity boundaries.
No, sorry. Yeah, capacity boundaries.
Being the wicked. The truth is, I remember when I first came abroad, I felt guilty, enjoying a lot when I know that there are people, not just family. Family is fine, but I knew a lot of people who will not experience what I'm experiencing. And then Nigeria, you know how Nigeria is, and then things are getting worse and worse. And I totally understand. It's heavy, and then you try to help as much as you can, but your capacity cannot reach the whole world. No matter how good you are, it's only Jesus that could die for the world. And so at a point, it was almost weighing me down. At the point I will lose appetite to eat because I'm like, see the way these people are wasting food in Nigeria now. People, at a point. But the Holy Spirit had to help me, of course, through people to like, if you want to carry branches, you have to be a tree first. You can't be like this and be bearing the weight of what you cannot carry. if God has brought you here, you appreciate what God has done, appreciate the place He has put you, and enjoy what He has given you. And then from what He has given you, you can now give out to people. And so I try, like when Josh was speaking, I remember that I always have a list of people. So I've helped this person, I'm going to the next person. I've helped this person, I'm going to the next person. And that's even though I've not spoken with them, but it's in my head. And I'm like, oh, I've not helped this lady in a while. Okay, when I'm done with that person, when I have enough to spare for that, you have to keep that boundary. If I use everything, I won't have a house to live in, I won't be able to pay school fees, I won't be able to pay bills. The weather is not the kind that in Nigeria, some people can sleep outside. You can't sleep outside. That kind of weather, especially abroad, it's really hard and tough, So anybody saying wicked auntie, I try to make myself as clear as possible. I don't have the capacity, and if I find out that even after explaining that I don't have the capacity right now, I've just helped some people, please bear with me, and you're still bothering me, I'll have to. Sometimes I block people. At first, it was horrible, but I was sad doing that because I care about them. But this was getting toxic for me.
Pressure. Because
the pressure was too much. I'm going through a lot of pressure here, and you're giving me pressure, and I'm explaining that it's tough. You're still sending me messages, still asking me. Sometimes people tell you to pay towards a course or pay towards this, not just for themselves. Or it's getting too much. And sometimes sometimes I receive like 4 or 5 in like, I remember I had to start reducing my Facebook activity. Sometimes you see like 7 requests in a month from both people that know you or don't know you. And I understand, because people are reaching out of their needs. It's not because many of them are not like, oh, they just want to be greedy. They are in need. So I know the pressure they are under, and they are reaching out of their pressure. And their pressure is also increasing my pressure. And I can't help them.
Yeah,
and I say, look, I pray that you get help, but right now I don't have it. And if the person keeps bothering, I back out, because I can't. So you might call me wicked. You won't say it to my face anyway, because you don't understand what's going on. And like Proverbs said that we shouldn't be going out to be looking for gossip. If not, we will hear when our own servant discussing us. Don't go and be looking to be listening. What are they saying? What are they saying? Even God wants you to protect your peace, and don't go and start listening to what did they think of me because I couldn't help this person and I helped that person. No. God needs you to have a sound mind, and He is God that gives you peace. So you do what you can. If you are saying no, be bold and kind, and of course put them in prayers. But that's it, and the Lord will help us.
Yeah, I think there's some a few things that are slightly, for me, I feel like you should have a criteria to send me a message. Okay, this is just me being very factual. If we've not had any relationship prior to now, I don't know you from anywhere, or it was just an acquaintance, maybe you know someone and you straight jump into my DM and you are saying, hi Enoch, here is my account. Because I've had people who do that. They just, hi Enoch, they send me the account, they send me this, they said anything you can send. Some even send for birthdays. Like, I'm like, where are you coming from? Like, what connection? There are people who we were back home together. We were through thick and thin. We were together, things like that. Close family friends that these people. You know what I mean? But not people who are you just heard that the Enoch or Ofune or Josh is in abroad, and all of a sudden you're just no acquaintance, like very close. So I feel I will start filtering from there. If you are not within that close circle that I once had, then I have no obligation. In fact, I would, if you stress me, I block you. But for
those old schoolmates, old neighbors,
so this is another thing.
Members.
So church members.
You have plenty of them on your list.
Yeah, church members. They are that's tricky. So with church members, you can't block. Some of them who you are not close with, if they pester you, you can actually block them. But there are some who you know them. So Facebook, thankfully, or any other platform will show you, you've read the message. We'll just be looking at the message, because another thing is we'll be looking at the
You
message.
know what I do though?
What do you do?
If I may. Look, I could say years and years back, maybe I would do that. But I've come to a point, or have been at the point, whereby we'll talk. Even if you don't reach out to me, or even if you reach out to... Actually, most people they are that educated, they are that enlightened in that regard, as in knowing what an average salary for someone. You are, say for example, you're in the marketing field, or you do a lot of music, or you are in the teaching, you are in the education, field in regards to your work or your career. They are enlightened enough to know what will be an average minimum salary or wage that you should get. So I've had people say to me, "Oh, come on, each fortnight, each week, and in a month, at least, no do. You must say at least $4,000, maybe $6,000, maybe $3,000, maybe $8,000 every month. Even if you give me this one, say." So I've had people say that to me. I don't shy away from such conversation, because the truth is that a lot of people don't have a clear understanding of what it is out here, what we do, that we work the same way, even work harder. Nobody gives you $1. You work for every single dollar. You are on the clock. Yeah. So personally, I would have that conversation. Say, bro, I beg, like this. My sister swallow fork last week. They need to. Baba, no level. See,
Appendix.
I get my children this one, my school fees. My children this one. Even me, they go to school. This one, I will tell you straight up. And if you keep going and going, okay, no wonder. However, let's see how it goes. Do you do that? Let's see how it goes. If I don't tell you, let's see how it goes, well, we leave it in the hands of.
It's going to be a long thing.
Yeah, I think for me, I feel towards Ofune's, because sometimes I think sometimes that constant message is coming every 4 days.
Yeah.
Or, it has a way of,
putting pressure.
And then there are some where, like Ofune said, you send maybe this December, and then you're looking at next December, you're sending to someone else. They're like, no, you did it last time. You're going to do it. They already started warming up.
That's
they
what
already
it is.
started warming up. So I think I understand that it's not easy. I'm back home, but I just wanted to ask another question now. So what if they think, if it's hard for you here, why not come back and let you swap? Because not all of them think or probably understand what we say when everyone's working, busy, blah blah blah. So you expect them to understand, but what if they are thinking that why not borrow, or why not instead if they are here, they can actually do what you are saying you cannot do?
Why not borrow? That's a Nigerian mentality, that you can easily find who to borrow money from. Josh, can you borrow money from people?
No, not at all.
You can't borrow here. Why not borrow? That's why I told you, if you speak with them, they don't understand, you cut it off. Sometimes that silence is an answer. And some people might not realize they are being toxic. They are speaking from their situation, so they can't see yours. They are speaking from their need. And I know that when people are in pain, all they think of is their pain. They don't realize maybe they are screaming and bothering people around. They are in pain. And to them, that's the most important thing in the world. So they might not mean to be toxic. They might not know that they are being toxic. Maybe with experience or with time, they'll realize that they were being toxic. But In the meantime, if you've tried to explain yourself and they are giving you those kind of unnecessary, forgive me, dumb kind of statements, you mustn't block physically, but you can back out and in your mind, like, this conversation, I'm not doing this with you anymore. And your silence is enough. They might keep trying, but if they meet silence, they realize that, no way for this one. Of course, they might say a nasty word or two to you, and that's what them toxic people do, because they are trying to get you, and they might say a nasty word or two, but that's how far they go. And if you don't reply, it doesn't give them the power, because they're like, this person no go even answer you. Waiting I they tell and know they affect. But if you start replying, oh, why are you talking to me like that? It's giving them power and knowing that, oh, what I say is really paining him. So they will say more, They are not in your situation. They don't know how. And sometimes it's embarrassing. You can't come and start telling people your personal situation to explain why you can't do. Like, you don't owe anybody an explanation why you can't help them. Like, seriously. It's favor they're asking for, and favor is favor. Do you know what I mean? Favor is either a yes or a no. That's why it's called a favor. It's not, you are not entitled to it. It's not a right.
Josh, your response.
I think I concur. When people start feeling, I think that's the worst one. When people start feeling and even go to the extent where they kind of even vocalizing it, having that feeling of, that entitlement, say, oh, give that place to date off. Say, no, Baba, that's not a conversation. I think you kind of anticipate or you kind of project if the conversation would potentially get to that point, you would have come off it. You're not having that kind of conversation or not engaging with such person to that point where they start, where they start vocalizing. And that's me. That's me personally. I'm very direct, especially when it comes to supporting. Even with my family, I will say to my parents, no matter how pressing that need is, whether it be Christmas or even Christmas, because we're talking about Christmas, and there's a whole lot of responsibility. I know personally, my parents, especially during Christmas, I give them a million naira, for example, for the Christmas Day celebration. I know 100% that in that 1 million, they will gift out 800,000. Whoever they gift that to, they give that to every other person. So I've said to them, and they know my stance all through the year. If I don't have the capacity to, I tell you, I don't have the capacity to do that right now. And they have to understand that there have been times where they don't understand that. They never used to understand that. But I say, look, no matter how pressing the need is, I'm not going to walk up to my neighbor to borrow money, because they won't even give me to start with. And I'm not going to go to the bank to get a loan, to send off to you. No, that's not going to be possible. It's not happening. So I guess personally for me, like I said, I kind of project where that kind of conversation, if at all I'm engaging in that kind of conversation, I kind of project where it is getting to that point, I would have already deflected or disengaged completely.
Oh, fantastic. So I'll give us one more question before we go on break. On the Contemplate show, thank you viewers for watching. We have Ofune and Josh as our panel today. We're talking about Christmas, managing expectations from home. The question I want to ask is, in your analysis, do close family friends or people who are not really close, who do you think presents more in terms of pressure of these funds for Christmas? So is the pressure from close friends or from people who are sort of maybe acquaintances, maybe maybe your area, maybe church, maybe network, or family?
Uh,
Where was the pressure? Anyone can
uh,
jump.
okay, yeah. Look, I feel like it's very dynamic. Um,
Mm,
I I have family members, even if I know. And again, like I said earlier, that is one of the excitements that comes with the Christmas season. I know most of my family members, I know they have the capacity to fare for themselves. So you don't necessarily asking me or demanding, or even if I don't even have it, I do not have any obligation or obligation to even gift them anything during the Christmas season. But because it's Christmas season and there is that excitement, I've had siblings, I've had family members here and there. I say, bro, how far at Christmas bless me, even while I'm here. And they bless me. They bless me with naira, and I use that naira to bless other people that needs to be blessed. So again,
mm,
it's very dynamic. Oftentimes, if you want to put it more in a very generalistic way, mostly would first and foremost come from family, because again, that family connection, we feel like we always have a primary responsibility to our family, and families would oftentimes take advantage of that. So yeah.
yeah. Ofune?
Like you said, when you're an aunt, you want to do something for your nephews, your nieces during Christmas. So that's in the plan. Like Christmas, there's always, everyone spends extra. You want to do something special to your parents, give them more money than you normally give them,
Mhm.
whether they need it or not, because that's the honor that we use to honor our parents. And you want to bless people around you. And then, of course, you get pressure from the truth now, the way it is, especially in my country, there's pressure everywhere. So I can't say, oh, this is more from family or this is more from acquaintances. People need help. And I have people around me who are self-sufficient. So the pressure is not not really from family. So, yeah, I think from extended people, not so
Yeah.
close, but they know you enough to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
And
that.
oftentimes they just want to try, they just want to try. And when they try, I shock them sometimes. Again, only because certain times I do have, the capacity. And just on the brighter side, because you said we're gonna go, just on the brighter side,
Mm,
when we do these things that we do, those extra miles, lengths we go in supporting people within and outside of our family network, it's our way of connecting back home. Especially like Ofune mentioned, Christmas is about family, it's about culture. In fact, a lot of people tend to forget about the essence, the Christ. It's him itself, that is the whole reason. But it's our connection just back home. We not having the opportunity. Personally, for me, I actually wanted to travel for December, for the Christmas, but again, I have too many things going right now. So there is that, and I'm probably something that maybe you were going to talk about. What is Christmas on this side for us like? Because everything really adds up. If you have all the responsibility to your immediate family here, you're trying to make bills, trying to work hard and everything. You have responsibilities there, and that might just be one reason for you not to be able to meet up with every other responsibility that comes from from overseas. So it's just really very dynamic. But again, like I said, it's our way of connecting back to those good old days. While we're in Nigeria, it's really fun, and we can all really validate and agree to that. Christmas in Nigeria is, especially nowadays.
all right. We'll take a little break and we'll come back on the Contemplate show. Don't go away.
Christmas don't come. It's a time for you to celebrate. Yeah. Blessing don't come. It is time for you to dance. Merry Christmas. You save much trouble. Merry am they go. Oh, Merry Merry Christmas. We go jubilate. It go better for everybody, everybody. Everybody. We go banta with Santa. Banta with Santa. Terex with Santa. Banta with Santa. Terex with Santa.
We're back on the Contemplate show, and we'll be talking with Ofune and Josh. Very interesting topic, Christmas and the expectations back home. So I want to open with this first question. What does Christmas look like here in Australia?
Christmas is like Nigeria, because Australia is in summer and then the weather is very dry. So it has this harmattan feel. So my first Christmas in Australia made me feel like I was in Nigeria, just the weather, because harmattan season Christmas. And because it's summer, there are lots of parties, there are lots of, they push most of the activities down to this season. You see school end of year concerts, school presentations, school days. There's a lot of school stuffs going on. And then people, there are a lot of activities people invite you for. So it's like summertime and the children are on break. And then, so it's pretty full on. Lots of fun, apart from the Australian fires and the flies, but it's lots of fun.
Yeah, Josh?
Absolutely. And I really I think we've all gotten so acquainted with, being here and living here, having our families and, go have things going. And I really like that you actually started on that note of, the fun part of Christmas generally and the season. And I think that is what exactly it is for me. That's how I feel. That's how I perceive Christmas. And I say to my families back home, I say to my friends, all over around the world, I said, the best place to celebrate Christmas is here. Is in fact, as at yesterday, which was the 1st of December, I'd already started saying, look, it's Christmas, it's summer, it's fun, there's a lot of fun. But I say that very carefully, trying to now describe what Christmas is here. The weather is good, the season is great, but for us as immigrants who have then lived here for a while, we have things going, we have families, we have friends, and we have very good social network. It's different. We can enjoy all that. For a lot of Nigerians who live here may not and do not even have a very good social network. Now, they go to work, they have friends, they have colleagues, but they're not necessarily having social network of people where you can engage and celebrate, the excitement and, and celebrate the whole Christmas period the same way you would. So again, here there is that deep feeling of, back home it used to be like this, and here it's a bit quieter generally. It can be very quiet if you don't have that network, if you've not built that, that social network, if you've not attained certain balances. And I think it's an intentional thing that we all should be doing. And I say that as a strategy, as a coping skill, it should be something that should be intentional. Very, 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 we have to be very intentional about forming good social network, such that in these times, especially in this season, we could celebrate. We have a moment to relax. We have a moment to disengage from work, and and just relax and enjoy, the excitement that comes with the season.
Yeah, and because Australia is a multi-cultural and multi-religious environment, it's not everybody that celebrates Christmas. People are working. So you'll see people are working, like, you see, of course, shops are open, but people are still working. And even on Christmas Day, people are still working. And because holiday the pay during holiday is slightly higher than regular days. It's also a pool for people to want to work so that they can earn more to send home. You know what I mean? So it's hard to even maintain that social network, because why go for a party when you can earn double salary per day? You understand? So people will go to work on Sundays like we're just chasing the money because of this loss of expectations. And that's why we are saying that you have to set boundaries. If not, you find out that you're working. Your mental health is bad. Your physical health is bad. There's a lot of things. You don't have friends around that you can't even go and take a stroll by yourself. You'll be feeling guilty. This time I'm even going hanging out. I'd have been making how many dollars now? You know, because you have a load that you are carrying that you shouldn't carry. You know. So yeah, so not everyone has fun abroad during Christmas, no matter the weather, because we're working.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. While we were talking, I just remembered there's this aura, the busyness, the market, the goats and chickens will have had, like some chickens already. We're feeding them, we're getting them ready for the D-Day. There's just a whole lot of anticipation. It's like we're, the whole atmosphere, bulk, large cooking for the whole entire house. Somebody just came in, the other one came in. So there's just from different places. So just harmony, so much to talk about, so much to gist, breakfast, large breakfast, Yeah, it's but here, we do that. And I like, was it you or Josh that said you need to be really cautious about your social network, because you can really, really get not isolated, but you can just be in your own world where, then chicken was Christmas, chicken and Christmas meat. But in Australia here, you have the same chicken on a daily basis. So there's no much anticipation for but again, in Australia we still have that buzzing. Everywhere is busy, the shops, lots of shopping, so that's quite good. One more question before I let you guys go. In terms of Christmas in Australia,
holiday. Yeah, holiday. And it's a good thing, but it's absolutely a good thing. Like you said, like Ofune did mention there, a lot of times because of all these obligations and responsibilities that we have towards ourselves and our extended families and acquaintances also overseas, we tend to forget about our immediate family. We tend to forget about ourselves to start with. You send money you to people overseas, to your families, to your friends. Do you take a moment to buy a gift for yourself? Do you take a moment to buy a pair of fine wristwatch? For yourself, just for that season? You gift people, you buy gift and exchange all manner of crappy gifts that cost a lot of money to your colleagues at your places of work. But have you taken a moment to, actually say, on this day, you shouldn't even be working. On this day, you should treat yourself, you should treat your family to something very exciting, So again, personally, in recent times, we've been engaging a lot in, and I say that in the best way possible. We've been engaging a lot in being very intentional about taking times for break and going on holidays, even if it's going to be costing us a lot of money. Yeah, the last holiday we went, it cost us a lot of money for a minimum amount of time, but I enjoyed every single bit of it. Even if I was not able to send money, if that was the case, or if that happens to be the case to anybody, I know that yes, I did something for myself, because this is me working very hard, looking after my family, ensuring that I'm doing everything that I should be doing as an adult, as a father. We should take a moment. So there is that pressure in a way, like my wife, my children, they're already, ringing that. It's December, it's January, school holiday, the long school holiday. It's a fantastic time to actually take a moment. So yes, in a way, that is pressure. But again, still considering that I have a whole lot of responsibility to support people overseas, and then balancing that with my responsibility to my immediate family here in terms of like booking a holiday. Yeah, so that's just one anyway.
It's the same thing.
Oh, so you are the booking holiday committee.
That booking holiday, you have to plan it. And of course, with the pressures on you, it's hard to plan a holiday because it's as if you are throwing money. I should just spend this whole money for what? How many days? Do you know what this money can do? But the truth is that your mental health requires it. God does not expect you to walk. People break down. You might not know that it's mental health that is making you irritable, not seeing things you should see or not hearing things you should hear because you're overworked. But yeah, it's important that you like Josh said, it's important that you take care of yourself and your family needs those times with you, those fun times, those memories, So Christmas, booking holidays, or even if you can't book an expensive holiday, you can plan it. Oh, this is what we're going to do for Christmas. We're going to go to a buffet restaurant for Christmas where you can eat all you can eat, or you're going to spend Christmas with maybe family friends. You can plan it. 2-3 family friends come together. Let's meet in this person's house. I'm bringing this person's bringing this, and let's have a Christmas party together. So that way. But Josh is right. Sometimes you're so busy with so much pressure and things you have to sort out that you forget yourself and your immediate family. And most of us abroad here, by the time it's 2 weeks to Christmas, we're like, hey, I don't even know what we do.
Exactly.
You said the chicken, we eat the chicken every day. If I cook fried rice, we eat fried rice every day. We eat jollof every day. So I don't know what to do, We are not thinking of our family,
there was that Christmas stew. Stew was a Christmas stew.
It had the chicken, everything inside.
They will now fry the chicken, and now the chicken will now stay overnight in that stew till the next morning. So the curry time, everything will enter into, oh my goodness.
But you eat this every day now.
That is the problem. So we couldn't wait to come back from church, to now have our, the neighbors will be bringing food and all that. It will be from this family, that family. It was so it's quite different. I mean, I think we all can come to a consensus that Christmas back home and Christmas here is quite different. And then also I'm towards the side of Ofune, because sometimes when you look at the budget to travel and you be like, I don't want the situation where I'm in the vacation and I'm like this. And then I say, what's going on?
You have to plan it. It's important. It's very important.
And these figures, they come with 3 zeros behind. So they are not just coming by themselves. We're talking about 1,000. They are not coming like, we're just passing by. It's like virtue has left you. So when you get to the vacation, I bet you, if an angel didn't appear to you, you'll just be saying, whose idea was this to even pick all this money? 5 days.
No, you enjoy it. You enjoy it. You know it's worth it. If you spend that money, you must enjoy it. Like, I spend money to come to Phillip Island, hire a house. We will enjoy this house. That's it. You must enjoy.
So I think I'm in the side of Ofune and travel and come back and pick them up. So I think I'm on the side of Ofune, where
at least you've left the problem for a while. At least you've left it for a while.
Look at the budget. You look at the budget, and there should be there's something that Josh said was, no matter how it is, pick out, have that time for a break. And Ofune's side, I mean, your side is a bit I'm going with
No,
Ofune.
Enoch,
Where,
you must go for that boat cruise with your
oh,
family. Just 15,000.
What is
For
it?
saying this, your family needs it. You can't
Network.
hear. It's no more clear. You can't hear.
Network. I can't hear. I can't. you know, just taking 15,000 without hearing the angel of God saying, my son, it is time for you to go on vacation.
Your family needs a vacation, no matter what.
Yeah, I like what you're doing. You're pushing it to me when you're going to Philip Islands. Good job. You're a good saleswoman. You're pushing it to me. That mindset alone. But I think it's important that we create time, and everyone can afford things differently, especially timing. For me, it's just timing, because sometimes if you miss the timing, probably you're not putting the cart before the horse. And I'm that kind of person where I like things to move in a sequential process. So I mean, everyone is different, but one thing approach is different. But one thing we can all agree is, create time for holiday and watch movies. I rarely sit down to watch. The TV is just lying down there. I find it very hard to, because like you said, where everyone is working, we're just working back to back.
Just other strategies there, that can also that can really also help us, and it will help the viewers, like you mentioned there, just keeping celebrations or holidays and any other thing that you're doing for yourself and your family. You're just keeping it very realistic, planning, having a budget, to avoid that amount of stress. Very importantly as well, other things that comes to my mind are being able, especially as Nigerians that we are, build try to locate, engage, form a community of people, of fellow Nigerians, that you can actually do things together in this season. It might be like in small gatherings. I know every Christmas day for the last 8 to 9 years, we go to the same place, meet the same set of people, spend the entire day there just having fun. On New Year's Day for the last 10 or 11 years, we go to a particular place where we meet with other people. We have so much fun. And since then, that gathering has just been building up and building up. That network keeps building and building and building. So those are some really things that we can actually do without putting so much stress on ourselves. Because again, the responsibilities are responsibilities. Those pressure will still be there. It's not going anywhere. It's just our ability to know how to navigate and to manage it, such that it doesn't put a lot of stress and pressure on us.
Wow, fantastic. So Ofune, over to you. Final word for our viewers today, and any word of encouragement.
Do your best, leave the rest. Be kind with your words when you say no, but be firm. Protect yourself. Be a tree that can carry branches.
I think that's one key. I need to write it down. Be a tree that can carry branches. Don't be a branch and try to carry a tree. That's true. Josh, final word.
Look, Christmas is Christmas. It's a beautiful time, regardless of where you are, anywhere around the world, regardless of all the troubles and struggles and challenges that we all go through. Take a moment wherever you are, wherever you're going to be watching this video, this video from. Take a moment for yourself and just try to enjoy, the season. Manage your expectations. Embrace new experience, no matter how little it is. Very importantly, stay connected. For us here in diaspora, every single way we can stay connected, which usually will be virtually. Stay connected with your families and friends. Engage with local Nigerians, like I said, form small communities, or here within the locality where you live. Just to make this season, a very meaningful.
Fantastic. Thank you, Josh and Ofune, for your great insights on this topic. We've come to the end of this episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section. I'm your host, Enoch Ogi, and see you in the next one.